This ongoing health situation is being monitored by doctors around the world, including right here in Michigan, and that includes the University of Michigan Health. Joining me now is Dr. Emily Abdallah. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. And really, since COVID-19, I feel like a lot of people are worried anytime we hear of a new virus that could be contagious. What should we know right now with the hantavirus?
Well, thank you so much for having me. And I know that the public is wondering about this new outbreak. I think the main thing that people need to understand is that this is an incredibly rare virus. So, since it was discovered in the United States for the particular species of hantavirus we have here, there have been fewer than 1,000 cases. So, we're talking about a very, very low risk overall. Part of what we're seeing on the cruise ship is a contained group of people in close contact with the one particular species of the virus, Andes virus, which is only found in South America, that has been shown to be transmittable between people. And so it's really in that microcosm, that small enclosed environment of the ship, that you're seeing human to human transmission.
The group from the cruise ship now in Nebraska getting treatment and evaluation. What should people know if they're just traveling? Should they be concerned? Should they be taking extra precautions like back in the COVID days? What should people do if they're heading out of town?
Certainly, they should not take any additional precautions for hantavirus in particular. The international response to this outbreak has been incredible. There were folks from the WHO and all sorts of different public health agencies on the ground when the passengers on the ship came off of the ship. And then there have been very clear protocols from what's been reported about their transport back into their countries, where they call home. And so the individuals who are on the cruise ship who reside in the United States flew over together. They were in special containment areas if they were showing any symptoms or had tested positive, and they're being triaged appropriately on the ground from what we understand. So there is really no increased risk to the public. I think more about this time of year for hantavirus, even though it's rare, of if you have to clean out an area that's been infested with rodents, potentially over the winter, but that wouldn't be the transmittable variety of hantavirus, but what we have here in the United States. So that, and for travel, normal things like norovirus and other respiratory illnesses like COVID or flu, those are the things that folks should worry about, not hantavirus.
Yeah, it's still good to know because since COVID, I think we're all just heightened from it. So I appreciate your insight and all of your work over the years and joining us here on News 8. Appreciate your time, Doctor.